So a few weeks ago, I was at my son's play school. Johnny is 4, and every now and then, for an afternoon, you always have to have a parent volunteer, and every now and then I get to go. And not to be sexist, but it's often that the moms who are there, and every now and then dads show up. And this was a day I'm a dad, so I show up. And you know, you're a nobody in there except for the guy who gets things, right? I have to clean paintbrushes or whatever you have to do. And John had this skill saw, pretend skill saw. He had a hard hat on, and he was playing with it, and it was stuck. It was broken. Something wasn't working. And he looks and he goes, "Duh." And he gives it to me, and I fixed it. Thing was bent, and I fixed it. And I could see in his eyes that I was the greatest human being ever because I could fix it. And then he turns to the rest of the gang there, and he goes, "My dad can fix anything." And for a second, I was like, yeah. And then another kid said, "My dad knows everything." And that was the ante, right? And then the kid that blew it all away, he looked at them and he said, "My dad can lift anything." And that was, for a 4-year-old boy, that's when you're really doing something, when you can lift everything. But in that moment, I felt like, what a hero I am. I am that guy. And I thought, just to sit in the glow of him thinking I can fix anything was pretty exciting. So then I'm there a little later, a few sessions later, I'm back, cleaning paintbrushes, doing all the stuff I do. And it was one of the kids' birthdays, and so they all handed cupcakes. So the mom was there, and they had cupcakes for Danny. And Danny's cupcakes had little dinosaurs on them, because that's what he likes. That 4-year-olds, they all like it. So I'm there, and there's all these kids at tables eating their cupcakes, and and again, I'm the paintbrush guy, and I say, "Dinosaurs," and I go, what does a dinosaur say again? "Oh yeah, I know. Moo, that's what a dinosaur says." And the kids, like the 3 or 4, they can hear me go, "It doesn't say moo." And I go, "Oh, no, I know. Dinosaur says cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo." And they start laughing, right? So then I'm kind of getting the crowd, and I'm thinking, all right, it's going well. Right? And then, so then I'm like working them, and I get a couple of more tables listening, and I'm like, no, I know, dinosaur, they say, no, they don't. And then by then, I've got the whole class screaming. I'm killing. I am so good. And then, as I'm doing this, in the middle of this, John, my son, gets up. And he just calmly gets up from his seat, finishes his cupcake, walks in front of me, goes across over to the book area, pulls out a book, sits on the floor, and starts reading it. Like I'm killing in the middle of my act. He just walks across and sits there. And I'm like, what the heck? And clearly, he'd heard that joke before. Yeah, Dad does that. Eventually, he gets the right animal, but he's going to go through a lot of wrong ones first. And I'm thinking, in whatever that week, I went from the guy who can fix anything to the "I've heard it before, Dad." And it was this crushing feeling. Like I thought I'd have a couple of years of being the hero, of really being the guy, to the guy that, yeah, I know, I've seen that joke before. It's okay, it's not that good. And it goes on a little too long, and that's him with the book.